Hi guys, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about another Cannonball saxophone. So this is the T4 tenor sax big bell. Now, many of you may be aware of the T5 series, kind of made famous by Gerald Albright, more famously on the alto, but he does play the tenor version as well. Well, this one is the T4 and it's a slightly pared down version. So the three big differences between this one and the T5 is that firstly it has fewer stones. So I think we're talking 9 stones overall, precious stones, as opposed to the 16 stones. I'll go into this in a little bit. The second thing is it only has one neck as opposed to the 2 necks which are part of the package with the T5 series, and it has a slightly lighter engraving that you just can see right in front of you there. Other than that, that's it. It is exactly the same instrument, the same spec, the same bore, the same body, the same keywork, and all the rest of it. So the intention with this saxophone is to give you a saxophone that has the same playing characteristics, is identical in its performance aspect as the T5, but for a lower price. So it puts it more in the range of, in this case here, the Yamaha YTS 62, very popular semi-professional saxophone, if you like, not breaking the bank, but still a professional instrument. So it seems like a very sensible move on the whole. And I should say that there are alto versions of this available as well. So hopefully the general idea is it's making Cannonballs a little bit more accessible to the general market out there. Now, just to touch on a couple of the aspects there, I mentioned semi-precious stones. For any of you guys who watched my previous video a month or two back on the 25th anniversary Cannonball, I started talking a lot about the semi-precious stones because it is a big selling feature of Cannonballs, and it really tells Cannonballs apart from many of the other saxophones that you might see on the market. And I got very airy-fairy when I was talking about the connection with the player, the idea that you've got the semi-precious stones on all of the front keys here, and it's about the contact point with the fingers, and this can have an effect on the resonance. And of course, cue many comments, people saying, "What are you talking about, Jim? This is crazy stuff." Well, I can tell you, you're all wrong. No, actually, some of you may well be right. I was perhaps getting a little bit carried away, but I do want to point out that Cannonball themselves, when they mention the subject of these stones, say, and I quote from their website, "Semi-precious stones adorn the key touches, neck and bell guard of the premium Big Bell Stone series. These beautiful stones give the instrument a striking look and are also patented for the way they change the instrument's resonance." So it comes from Cannonball themselves, but let's get serious for a minute. The main function of these stones is that they make the instrument look absolutely fantastic, which is something I pointed out before. And the jury is out when it comes to any resonance differences that they may or may not make. And in fact, I think I pointed out last time, the only way to sort of truly prove this would be to have one Cannonball with stones and one without, just to see what difference it makes. However, that is not part of this video. So I'm just going to simply play this, and I will tell you that it has precious stones. I don't know if you can see them so clearly on this one because they're not brightly coloured stones. They are a nice sort of dark grey blue colour. I'll try and hold that to the camera. We've got 3 down here on the right stack, and we've got 3 going on up here, and then we've got 1 on the G sharp key here, and where else do we have 1? This is where I'm struggling to find those extra stones because I mentioned that there were 9. Hang on a minute. We've got 1 up here. This is like one of those kiddies competitions. Can you spot where the stones are? We've got another 1 up here. And that is a standout one because it's right in the front of the sax, so it gives it a nice striking look there. So you get the idea. It's got the precious stones. Cannonballs have precious stones. No other saxophones have precious stones. So as far as I'm concerned, that is a tick against Cannonball for being different. Well done, Cannonball. As for the sound, I'll talk about that in a minute. First, let's just do a little bit of playing on it. So overall, there's quite a lot to push against with this instrument. It's got a big bell, that's part of the naming of it. It's a big bell series instrument, and as such, it requires a fair amount of welly with the airstream in order to really fill it out. So it's quite a wide sound. I don't find it focused like some instruments. And in fact, they have their vintage Reborn series to tick that box. And those saxophones are much more free-blowing in the sense that the sound just travels straight through it. With this one here, it's more Keilworth-like in that big fatness and sound that it has because of the wider bore. But at the same time, when you push it, it's got quite a big punch to the sound, a certain amount of brightness. My reed's actually a little on the darker side today, so I was struggling to get that real punch with the sound. This is a Roberto's wind reed, which they do give that darker sound, folks. So, you know, a lot of factors can produce the sound that you're hearing today. It's not just this is the sound of the Cannonball. There's a lot going on with this mouthpiece. Anyway, back to the Cannonball. The overall characteristics for me, when I compare it to other instruments, is that it does have that broader, fatter feel to it, and it's a very big sound. The sound will, I think you've got more decibels on available to you with this instrument than many others, just due to that size of the bore. So it really can pack a punch. It's also very good up in the altissimo with the sort of the accuracy of hitting notes and them just popping out nicely as you want them to. So I like that aspect. It feels great under the fingers as well. I mean, Cannonballs are really known for their solid build. There's nothing wobbly here, there's no play, there's no poor action going on. If anything, it's a slightly tough action. I would personally want to get this slightly lightened off for me, which can easily be done, but it's very solid and secure. And the shaping of the side keys, left and right, feel great to me. So overall, really love this instrument. Come down to the London store to check these out. We now have these in stock. I think we're waiting for Alto currently, but this will be a general part of our range going forward. So there you go. This is the Cannonball T4 Big Bell series. One other thing to mention with these saxophones, you will not find them on our website due to the sales rules that Cannonball employ. So if you're interested in any of these instruments, just give us a call, send us an email, and we'll discuss with you. Okay, well that's it from me today on another video. Thanks again for watching, I always appreciate it, and I always read all your comments, and give us a thumbs up if you like the video, it helps the algorithm, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel, and I will see you on the next one.